Thank you. That is Mike Marlier on the drum set back there.
Hey everybody, my name's Bobby. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we want to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. Join Zemirah Friday, August 14th for Sacred Sound Meditation into the Zen Garden. This immersive sound journey invites you into stillness, peace, and deep inner renewal through gong, crystal bowls, and sacred toning. And on Sunday, August 16th, join us for Courageous Conversations facilitated by Diversity and Belonging. Explore revolutionary love, healing, and meaningful connection. And on Thursday, August 20th, continue the conversation in the discussion group through books, shared experience, and dialogue. And now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go try out for the choir. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry I'm late, Laura. I'm here for my choir audition.
Hey,
I heard you need... Yeah, it's good to see you. Thank you for being a friend. Travel around the road and back again. Yeah, my heart is true.
Bobby.
You're my friend.
I didn't know you could sing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing is, you're a little bit early. Choir auditions are happening Sunday, August 16th, and Sunday, August 23rd, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the Mile High Church Administration Building. If music and singing and being part of a wonderful community of like-minded folks is calling you, please come to auditions. All are welcome. Come join us. We'll see you there.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the Event Center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org.
Well, good morning, Mile High Church family. Daniel Nahmod is here. Woohoo! Hey, will you sing with me? Let's do it. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Yeah. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul, yeah, God is so good. Oh, I'm feeling good down in my soul, so good. Feeling good down in my soul, yeah, God is so good. My God is so good to me. When my day is over, I say God is so good. Oh, when my day is over, I say God is so good. When my day is over, I say God is so good. My God is so good to me. Hey, break it down, fellas. Every day in every way. Yeah. Oh, every day in every way. God is so good. Every day in every way. God is so good. My God is so good to me. Woo! I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Oh, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me. My God is so good to me, yeah.
Laura Berman bringing it. Our God is so good. And welcome here to Mile High Church. We are so glad that you are joining us here this first weekend in August. And this is Practitioner Recognition Month, and this is our month where we give gratitude for all these beautiful hands that serve through their service, through their heart, and through their prayers. We are so grateful. So you're going to be receiving a beautiful prayer from a practitioner every month in August. Thank you to our practitioners. And also, I want to recognize this lighting. Do you see this ethereal work of art here? Our lighting director, Kay, has been providing this beautiful ethereal work of art through her gift of lighting with us and is moving on to a new position. But we want to bless her with gratitude because she really has created a work of art for here at Mile High. Buddha's little instruction book gives instructions on how to rest like a tree. It says praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow come and go like the wind. To be happy, though, is to rest like a tree in the midst of them all. And so this morning, as we gather together for our second week in this garden in the tree of life, I invite you to go within right now and rest like a tree, the tree that you are in this garden of life, as we move together in song, prayer, and a beautiful meditation of silence.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Yes, indeed. Surely the presence of God is in this place. And not just because this is our beloved sanctuary of our equally beloved spiritual home, Mile High Church, but perhaps more importantly in the knowing that wherever we are, God is. That indeed we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And yet, in that human experience, we come into this space bringing joys and grief and accomplishments and pride and challenges. And yet we know as we step into this space that we have the support that is symbolized by the surety of the earth beneath our feet. For there is no spot where God is not. And therefore, in the surety, the assuredness of that secure container, we are supported in opening and accepting what is ours. And so I know that this very morning, that each and every one of us will hear a word spoken by Reverend Zemirah. We'll hear a phrase in a song sung by Daniel Nahmod, or hear a strain in the music led by Laura and the Mile High Band, that we are certain speaks to us, to our very heart. For that is the way that Spirit works. And so in the knowing that this is how this life unfolds, I let go. I let it be, and I let it become. And so it is.
What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one's prepared me to answer. Where do I go if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am home? It's a mystery. No one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, if there's no map for what life has in store, what if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery. No one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, that's a void I know nothing about. What if the race What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what is my life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? It seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all victorious, if the race is over, what then? That song definitely qualifies as my most puzzling. Or impuzzled. I'm not sure what word. It should be a word called impuzzled, and that would be that song. Almost 30 years of making it up as I go. And writing one song, then the next. Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm doing, and all too often, I clearly do not have a clue. And here is a song on that subject that some of you may relate to. Lately I've found when I catch my own reflection, I'm surprised by a strange sensation. Let me try to describe it now. It's like somehow I found I've been moving without a mission, navigating without a vision, misguided pilot till now. It's time to turn it around. Been driven by my regrets. If I let them, they'll just keep on driving, I bet. It's a heavy load. I wanna know how it feels to grab the wheel and go. I'm gonna turn it around from the excuses that I've been making, from all the detours that I've been taking, and only slowing me down. Turn it around letting go of a million regrets. I ain't waving that white flag just yet. It's ready, set, go. Can see in my rear view mirror there's only open road. I'm gonna turn it around. Finally, I've got my mission. Finally, I found my vision. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Oh, I'm gonna find my higher ground. And when I reach my new destination, I'm gonna smile at my reflection. I'm gonna shout it out loud. Oh, that's right, I turned it around. Damn right, I turned it around. Ooh, I finally turned it around.
Daniel, Nimad, thank you for bringing your gifts and your ministry here to share with us at Mile High. What a blessing. I'd like to invite you into a Zen garden of a different sort. In a couple of weeks on Friday night, August 14th, we're going to be gathering for the sound meditation. And one of the things that we like to do with sound meditation is that each one is a different interfaith focus. And this one on August 14th, which will be held at 6:30 in the Vote Auditorium, will be focused on the Zen garden. So I hope you will come and join us for that deep restorative rest and relaxation that comes from just letting go and immersing in sound of the crystal bowls, the gong, and other instruments related to Zen. You know, when I prepare for a talk, I like to gather the day before and kind of run through it, see how it's going to go and do a little run through. And yesterday, I decided to choose the pinnacle of the heat at about 5 p.m. to run through the entirety of my talk. And my audience happens to be my lovely little dog, Rosie, and my beloved partner, Andrew. And here I was giving this talk, and I look over in the middle of it, and both of them are like face down in the carpet. So I thought, oh, this can't be good. But if that happens to you today, just know that part of the Zen tradition is about deep rest and restoration. So being face down in the carpet is not necessarily a bad thing. This week we return to gather in the garden that is based on this lovely little book, Paradise in Plain Sight, Lessons from a Zen Garden, that is written by Karen Mazin Miller, who is a Zen teacher. And if you were with us last week we really focused on how to turn from fear to build a foundation of faith. And last week, we also looked for how we could just show up for our practice and breathe and sit and stand and walk. And that if we just show up, that is enough in terms of bringing ourselves into and to touch the ground of our being, a place of deep peace and serenity. And we ended the service with this song of 100,000 angels. And what I want you to know, that as we're immersing ourselves in this song, those 100,000 angels was this idea that we are never alone and we are always guided and divinely supported in every single moment of our life, even when it may feel otherwise. But the other part of that song is that each one of us is an angel, one and to each other. Each of us, when we wake up to the fact that we are a very expression of the divine in this garden that is our life, in this garden of our own soul, becomes a blessing, becomes a light onto the path of all that we share this beautiful world with. So you are that angel. And I want to begin with that idea in mind that yes, when we are fully in the recognition and the awareness of our garden, our wings are unfurled and we are here to serve. And the smile that you give someone in the hallway, or the thing that you pick up in the grocery store so no one falls down, or when you're in the parking lot and you put that cart back so that someone can park in that place, those acts of service are part of this intricate network of service, one and to each other. So 100,000 angels is who you are. And we came to know ourselves last week as we entered into the teachings of the tree of life that comes to us from the mystical tradition of Judaism, which is known as Kabbalah, or Kabbalah, as you might hear it. And Kabbalah is literally the Hebrew word meaning that which has been received. And in this teaching, the aspirant, the Kabbalist, is receptive. The practices are used to become receptive to the higher worlds of understanding, to become receptive to divine guidance, to become receptive and available for higher knowledge to bubble up through the very inner knowingness. And this happens through a direct relationship with God. It's a tradition that teaches about the allness of God, the absolute, the Ein Sof. And as we begin to practice and to polish these building blocks of divine qualities of energies that we learned about last week are known as the Sephirot. These divine qualities, as they become in balance through our practice, through our understanding, as we light them up, we elevate our awareness to know ourselves as the light of God. And then when we know ourselves as the light of God, we become that spark. And then as we become that spark, we help to bring back the spark to those around us and bring back the spark into the world. All of our focus today is about tending this garden. It is about some disciplines, and most of all, it's about the perceptions that we bring to our practice so that we can awaken to know ourselves more deeply and fully in this garden and to know ourselves as that tree of life. You know, when that ick of life comes and you have the to-do list, the grocery list, the fix-it list, all the things that pull us off our path, the stuff of life as we like to call it, or as Daniel was singing about, how do we turn ourselves around when those things really become chaotic in our awareness? The worries, the health stuff, all of those things. And often my response has been to speed up, to try to slow down. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It always backfires. And I always have come at life with this idea as if I go faster, if I do more, if I gather, if I seek, then I will begin to know. But what I found is it just wears you out while you're doing it. And so today we're going to look at approach of getting back into the garden when we ourselves have perhaps solidly self-extradited ourselves from that awareness. There's a poem from Zen Master Shukman. He likens it to floating on a pool, and it's called Passenger, Passenger. He says, when the last moorings have been released and the lines swung loose, the hull has parted from the quay, and you feel this new flow carry you as if it had been waiting just for you all this time. Don't imagine it's you who engineered this current. Although it's so smooth and it has the unseen power of a great river. It is like that first time when you were 7 or 8 and you lifted your toes clean off the bottom of the pool, and to your astonishment, the water held you. And you hovered like a cloud in the sky, your shadow flickering over the blue land beneath. So now all you have done is to give yourself over against all instincts and found that you are fully held. And what carries you knows where to take you. There's no reason not to let it. And you do. And in doing so, you realize that you just found the answer that had always eluded you. In meeting with my prayer partner, she shared with me a song that goes perfectly with this poem, and it's called The Way Knows by Lindsay Scott. And the lyrics go like this: you don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to find the way. Trust the way knows the way. And so last week we talked about that when we open in a deeper trust, the way knows the way. The path becomes clear ahead because it comes from trusting the flow, opening to the flow. And so the first discipline, the first perception that brings us deeper into the garden this morning is the teaching that comes to us from the Zen tradition known as the eternal now. That intersection point of the past, the present, and the future. And when we stand on that threshold, that is when we fully are able to be in that fullness, that allness, that absoluteness of God. This right here I'd like to introduce you to is a sago palm. This sago palm, although you may not recognize it right here from just looking at it, it is actually what Mason Miller calls a time machine. And she says this time machine lives in her backyard, and she brings it forward because it teaches the timeless by being a living contradiction of chronology. This is a living fossil from the time of the dinosaurs. And it is still standing here, as if a dinosaur once upon a time stepped upon a seed and out went flying the very essence of this plant 3 million years into the past and 3 million years into the future to bring us this beautiful plant right here. And this plant, what plants do and has been doing it for 3 million years, every single year it unfurls a leaf. This is what it means, a perfect example of what it means to be both ancient and new all at once. This new leaf, this fresh spiral, this leaflet that unfurls just where the last year's growth was, and it begins again. We learn from this palm that the garden of life isn't a destination. It's not what you arrive at when the past has been resolved and the future has become secure. This is the present now. What's rooted in the now is what's rooted in this pot right here. You know, when I was studying to be ordained as a Sufi minister, my Sufi teacher, as is the custom when you're going through the studies, often bestows upon you a name, a spiritual name. And when I was going through my initiation, I was given the name Bismillah. And the idea is when the teacher is bestowing upon you a name, she is bestowing both a practice and a growth vision. So that when you are imbued with this name, when you hear this name, when you receive this name, when you use this name, you are both practicing a principle and you are awakening an awareness all at the same time. So it's both teaching and intention. And Bismillah literally means we begin again and again in the name of God. So as a practice, that means that every time you come again to start again in the name of God. Think about all the moments throughout your day. I come again in the name of God. I come again. I begin again in the name of God. And again, and I forget. And again, I begin in the name of God. And as a teaching, Bismillah literally means unity of existence. That beginning again is choosing to water the very awareness of God in every moment. And so choosing to water this leaf, this present moment, instead of waiting for a better season or the perfect reason. That's what we do in the perception of the eternal now. You know, this palm is indifferent. It'll grow in the rainforest, in the desert, in the sand, in the swamp, in the sun, in the shade. It cares not where it is, and it does not negotiate with its conditions. What would it be like to not negotiate with one's conditions? That is what it would be to become in our practice this. We would open this willingness to choose again and again in the present moment, this too, and this too. This too, regardless. And so that is what the eternal now is. Not time stopped, but it's collapsed into this one leaf right now. Mason Miller writes, "There is no greater joy than seeing through time, because when you've touched the leaf tip of eternity, it looks exactly like your backyard right now." That is being fully in the garden. A second way in which we seed our garden to bloom into that awareness of knowing our life as the garden, but also knowing ourselves as the garden in the tree of life, is to seed with gratitude in advance, to dwell in a state of blessing. You know, all of our new thought teachers and giants, Ernest Holmes, Florence Scovel Shinn, Emmett Fox, Emmett Curtis Hopkins, Neville Goddard, all of them taught that the sacred order of prayer is that we don't wait for life to show us the evidence of our prayer before we believe. That's the way of the world. But that's not the way of spirit. You don't see and then believe. You believe and then you see. This is the spiritual work of gratitude in advance. This is also the spiritual work of assuming our good, that there is a power greater than us in the universe and we use it for good. That's our spiritual work. So dare to assume in your life the best out of faith. And when fear is knocking at the door, as these new thought teachers teach, answer with faith. Stand guard over your inner world. That is where everything begins, in the soil of your thoughts. And it takes assuming the good, aligning with the positive, and living in a state of blessing. Living in a state of blessing. That is what brings us to this fruition of knowing the garden of our life. Neville Goddard said, once the seed of assumption is planted, and that is the assumption of our good, and once we've nurtured it with belief, life itself becomes the garden in which it blooms. And then he said, you are defined by what you claim within, and you can't expect water to take shape without a vessel, just like you can't expect life to deliver and what you have not first shaped and claimed and seeded within yourself. You know, when our little Works of Heart bookstore was over in the Vote Chapel, way back when, I entered one Sunday and I bought this little tiny stone, and it has come with me ever since. And on this stone it says, I ask, certain that I receive. That's the beauty of seeding and also applying gratitude in advance. There's something divine about walking through life with gratitude before those answers come. I was once working with my realtor. She actually sends me videos of Neville Goddard. I just love it. And I was working with her, and we were getting ready to sell a house, and it wasn't, the market this, the market. It wasn't the ideal bestest of what you would say conditions. But she said, this is what I want you to do. She goes, I want you to imagine the day that we've sold the house and we're standing in Coors Field and everyone's cheering that you've sold this house and the fireworks are going off and we have champagne and we're congratulating each other and it's all done. And so I got to work. 3 days later, we sold the house. And no, there wasn't the Coors Field thing. That was great. That was fun. It was all great to imagination. But see, that was the power of gratitude in advance. The power of rehearsing the good and knowing and trusting that it is unfolding as we believe. Once you believe, you shall see. And so the power of prayer is the garden that is your life. And we can begin to cultivate a quiet confidence that arises from an inner knowing of being aligned with a greater power, and that power is God. That brings us to the final part in our series, which is about growing. And we're growing as we know ourselves to be part of a greater forest. Earlier, a couple weeks ago, I went into Reverend Jackie's office, and there sitting on her desk was the most beautiful little bamboo. It was so pretty. And I commented and I said, wow, that is so delightful, Jackie. She said, yeah, a student brought it to me last night as a symbol of how we can grow in our life with prosperity, with grace. And also the bamboo symbolizes emptiness. And you know how you have that split-second thought that thinks, oh, I'd like to get a bamboo. That'd be nice. I'd like to rehearse grace and beauty and fortune and prosperity and that in my life. And I had that split-second thought when I was commenting on the beauty of her bamboo. Well, 2 days later, I went to hike with my friend Rita, who I don't think I've hiked with in 3 years. We finally found a date to hike. And when I parked the car at 6 a.m., she came running out of the car and she said, Zemirah, look, I have something for you. It's a gift. And when I saw it, I just knew it was for you. And I thought, whoa. Not only did I need to know that little bamboo, but I needed to know it times 6. A forest of bamboo showed up 2 days later. I immediately texted Jackie. I said, you'll never believe it, but look what just came. This bamboo. And not only is that such, I think, a powerful idea of how our thoughts create in our reality, but also this bamboo brings us a Zen teaching. Mason Miller talks about bamboo in her book, and she says you have to be really careful because if you commit to bamboo, it may take over your whole life if you're not careful about where you plant it. But she says this bamboo is a perfect teaching of the Zen principle of emptiness. It's known by many names. It's the Himalayan blue, the fountain, the sweet dragon, the moonlight, the golden fish pole, and the Chinese goddess. And she says you can fall in love with it, but be careful, because if you become attached to it, it will take over your garden. In the Zen teachings, we learn that in order to work with our attachment, that we have to move into a practice of emptiness. We need to empty. And in the first introduction of our talk last week, we talked about how the leaves in the Zen garden show us the very nature of how we can let go. Bamboo, although it is one of the most durable, sustainable, and flexible plants, it is hollow on the inside. It is empty. And in the Zen teachings, they teach that form is emptiness and emptiness is form. And so in our practice, we have to become increasingly aware that we must let go of those things that we have formed our attachments to or have allowed to cloud our thinking, the resentments, the grievances, the desires, even the things that might feel good can take us out of that very presence and nature of our being. And oh, how hard it can be sometimes, right, to let go in the midst of. I like how author Mark Nepo, he tells this beautiful story about a dream that he had, where one night it was his job to sweep the temple floor at dawn. And he said he couldn't find the temple. In his dream, it was cloudy all around him. There was mist, and he just kept sweeping, and he kept sweeping, but he couldn't find where he was supposed to be. And in the midst of his sweeping, this man, he said, approached him. He was this ancient being. And he said when he looked in his eyes, it was as if he was looking 1,000 years. And as he was there, this man came to him and he took the broom from Mark and he examined the handle. And as he was looking at the handle, he handed it back to Mark and he says, you know what? You're holding it too tightly. And then he said, the secret is that the temple is anywhere that you are awake. And so Mark said that he began to sweep right where he was, and the path became clear. This is what we are called to loosen our grip and to empty where we stand, to realize that where we are awake is the garden, is the temple of our being. And when we come together, it says in this book, to practice, we come together like trees in the forest because we all share the same resources. We share the food, the space, the water, the light. And each of us grows according to our own capacity, according to our own calling. Some are to grow tall and strong and provide shade for others. And some of us are called to grow and be the beauty that simply is. This is the growing awareness of the real harmony that underlies everything. And it's written that as we practice then together, the internal and the external, we become aware that they can't be separated. That is the very nature of knowing and understanding paradise in plain sight, is to know the harmony beneath it all, within yourself and within the vastness of the all. And so we're going to close right now as I invite you to go within, to turn within, perhaps close your eyes, to gather, to rest in the garden that is the tree of life, and to commune, as Ernest Holmes said. To imagine that you're pausing and you're sitting, perhaps with your back against this great tree. And all there is to do is to breathe and to sit. To breathe and to sit and to listen. For it is in the breathing and the sitting and the listening we touch that beingness of the eternal now. We awaken to know ourselves as a leaf on this vast tree of life, this canopy of leaves, this interconnectedness, to feel and know that interconnectedness of the allness of things. And as we sit and as we breathe, what I know is that each one of us opens a little more to simply feel and know that each one of us is a spark, a light of the divine. And together we interconnect to be this constellation of light that is the greatness of the tree of life. And so this morning we recognize, we give thanks for this awareness of the interconnectedness of all. For I know from that place, that awareness, our hearts open, and we become those 100,000 angels, both within our own heart and as we interconnect with one another. And so I give thanks for this opportunity to feel and know the grace of God, the eternal present now, the very lightness of being. I release this word into that law, feeling and knowing it is done, it is so, and knowing it is so because I believe. And so it is.
A simple, silent prayer, single word of praise is true from anywhere, is heard from any place. So right where I stand, I say amen, say amen. Right where I am, I say amen, say amen, say amen. The longing of my heart will always be enough. My word will travel far on wings of sacred love. So right where I stand, I say amen, say I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, is a blessing. It's so amazing. And I'm grateful for it all. For it all. Na 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 na. I'm grateful for it all. Na 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 na. I'm grateful for it all.
Thank you to our lovely Zemirah. I'm here to talk to you about the great lights that every one of you in this room is, and the great light those of you online are, and all of those people whose Mile High Church's beacon of light has touched in this past 60 years. And I'm just it's so wonderful to know that we have an opportunity to continue to support this beautiful lighthouse that feeds each one of us every week and in so many other ways. And so I encourage you, we do still pass baskets, but in addition, we have lots of other ways you can give. You can give online, and all of that is mentioned up on the screen. You can come out to the desks. We still have some credit card machines if you prefer, and we also have modern technology. We've got Venmo, and we also have QR codes. So please support this beautiful lighthouse that we all love so dearly. Thank you.
Jackie, and with that, let's affirm together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is. Thank you.
Hello again. Happy Sunday. A couple of us out in the back by my little table in the lobby settled on a good slogan for today's concert that I'm doing. It's at noon for about an hour and 10 minutes or so. I'll sing you some songs. The slogan we settled on is, "Come for the air conditioning, stay for the music." One of the things I'll be doing in the show is singing at least a song or two from a musical I've been writing since, I think, the Second Punic War is when I started it. And it's just about ready. Like, I've started casting actors and singers to play some of the parts and record some of the songs. It's been a long time coming. And so I'll tell you a little bit about that and sing a little bit from the show. And if you're interested in that, just come by the table and I can share with you a live reading that I'm going to do soon, along with my wife's jewelry that she makes and some music that I've got and a trip to Peru that I'm hosting next year. So all kinds of things going on in Danny's little world. In the meantime, this is a song I wrote in Moab, Utah in 2006. Closest I've ever come to feeling like I had achieved what was probably my parents' dream, musical dream for me anyway, which was, their dream for me was to become a lawyer, but the musical dream was to be Peter, Paul, and Mary, let's face it. This is as close as I ever came to that, and it's important. It's actually important for me to acknowledge every time I'm on this beautiful stage in this beautiful room with this amazing tech team, but also with this amazing group of musicians. It is, this is Christmas in, what month is it now? Is it August? This is Christmas in August for me, to play with musicians this good. So, here we go. A song about planting seeds. Thanks for having me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, whether or not you come to my concert. Although, I hope you have an even better day if you do come to my concert. That sounds snotty, so never mind. I didn't say that out loud. All right, here we go. I've been planting seeds on the ground, watering them with my sweat and tears, scattering them all around. Guess it's what I'm supposed to do with my years. The funny thing is I may know what I've planted, but never what will show. It always seems to be a perfect mystery. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail. It's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. Sometimes I still like to pretend I know what the harvest will be, but I always find out in the end it was never really up to me. The funny thing is when I just do my work and simply trust, it always seems that life is looking out for me. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. And I am only one of billions of seeds. When all is said and done, I just do what's mine to do and let it be. Whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, planting seeds. I am planting seeds, nothing more.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Mile High Band, Laura. All right. Thank you also to Kevin, who did our prayer this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
And thank you to our practitioners who are coming down front. And if you would like to get a prayer with them, please stop by. This is the heart of our teaching. So I really encourage you to come down for a prayer, even if it's, I want more of this good life I have. And for those of you who are here for the first time, if you're here for the first time today, then please stop by our Welcome Center. I will be there, and there is a special book you can get. You get a coupon, then you go to our store, so there's a special book. But if you are new, I would say in the last 7 months, and you have not been acknowledged here during the service, I would love for you to stand so we can give you a special card. It's an affirmation from our ministers, and what it does is it's for you to put on your altar, and you can only get it here. So I'm really so happy for all of those of you who have made Mile High your home. And now I have a workshop coming up this Friday, Pema Chodron, and I will tell you, if you have not done any work with Pema Chodron, you do not know what you're missing. From 6 to 8 on Friday, and then 9 to 12 on Saturday. And that Friday, we're going to talk a lot about Pema, and it is a lot about our friendly emptiness, how it is to learn to be empty and be okay with that. But then we'll do a lot of work on Saturday in meditations and things that really are the heart of Pema Chodron's work. So I hope to see you.
This little bamboo's going to be there
Yes,
too, right?
and the little bamboo. Now the bamboo will take a place
meet the
on my
bamboo.
altar I'll have there, along with a few other things. So I hope to see you there. And then we have, Lisa and Jeff are here in October. They are our special event. Please get your tickets. Today is the last day for our special pricing. So I really encourage you. You can do it online. If you'd like to do it here, please go out to our event center, which is on this north end of the lobby, and there'll be somebody there to help you.
Excellent.
And now I'm going to let you
Benedict us out. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jackie. If you will please now stand with me and repeat after me for our benediction. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, my body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life, and so it is.